Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm just trying out some new lighting here. We've had a new LED skylight. It's not an actual skylight, but a fake skylight that runs off of solar power installed in this particular part of the house. And it's beautiful light comes down in other parts of the house as well. And it works really well. And I thought this light looks pretty good. I'll see what it's like. I'm just using my little camera built into my MacBook Air. And the lighting improves the quality of the picture. So I just thought I'd try it out for this video. So there you go. So this is something that I thought I would share for any people out there who's doing wedding photography. I started wedding photography in 1975, and it was only a few years ago because I was getting advanced in years and had aches and pains. I decided to stop doing it. Otherwise, I'd still be doing it if I was fitter. So this is to share some of my experience. This is the most important thing that every wedding photographer has to get right. Can you guess what that might be? Well, to help you, I'm going to share a little story with you, and then you'll see what I'm getting at when I finish it. So here we go. There was this bagpipe player. Now, sometimes at weddings, people have pipers there to pipe the bride into the church. I've photographed a few weddings like that, and they're quite spectacular and interesting, and I love that. However, this bagpipe player, he was on his way to a funeral. They also play at funerals, and he was asked to be at the graveside and play Amazing Grace at the funeral, at the burial. Anyway, he set off thinking that he knew where he was going, but he got thoroughly lost, and he couldn't find his way. He was up in maybe the Adelaide Hills, I don't know. But he was in a country area, it wasn't familiar to him. And anyway, he finally turned up where he thought it was, and there was this church and there was a graveyard there. And there were these two guys there who had obviously been the grave diggers, and they were just sitting down having their lunch. And so without wanting to embarrass himself or anyone else, he just decided, well, I must stay true to what I promised I'd do, and I must play the bagpipes for this man on his way to heaven. So he, without introducing himself or anything to these guys, he started playing Amazing Grace, and he put everything into it. And you know what Amazing Grace is like, it's just incredible, isn't it? Particularly in a situation like that. Anyway, he put everything into it, lots of emotion and feeling and spiritual feeling into it as well. And he looked over at one stage, and the two guys who were sitting there, they were crying their eyes out. And he was too emotional to talk to them. He just picked up his bagpipe and went back to his car. And on his way back to his car, he overheard these two guys talking to each other. And one of them said to the other, he said, "In all my years of putting in septic tanks, I've never had anything like that happen before." So if you don't know what a septic tank is, you better Google it. So what's the point of the story? The point of the story is get there and do all your homework so you know exactly where you have to go. Because I remember some years back, I taught a friend of mine, or she was a lady who engaged me to teach her wedding photography, and she got asked to do a wedding. I think it might have even been her first wedding. And she was a little bit older, and she got thoroughly lost on the way to the ceremony. I'm not sure, it might have been in a garden, and she turned up late. And of course that wasn't very happy for her or her friend who had asked her to come and photograph the wedding. Very upset. And do you ever want that to happen to you? So what I'm saying is do your homework, make sure you know where you're going. That was back in the days when we didn't have GPS, you used a street directory. And it was hard sometimes to try and find your way with a street directory. It was good to have someone else guiding you in the car. I had lots of experience of that. So anyway, I'm just an old wedding photographer, and a lot of you are probably way ahead of me in skills and your business and how much money you make each year and all that sort of stuff. But I just pass that on to you. Make sure you get that part right. I'm going to put a link underneath. I've done lots of things on my blog and also on this YouTube channel about wedding photography. Just type in wedding photography in the search engine and see what you come up with. But the one I'm going to put underneath is about doing a recce before the wedding, a reconnoitre, just checking things out so you know what what you're in for on the day. So thanks for watching. If you've had any experience of almost getting lost or getting lost on the way there, or what you do to prepare for a wedding, I'd love to hear in your comments. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.